Hello, everyone. This is Dark Sage Walker, and for what it's worth, no, I'm not saying the happy gaming thing because ain't shit happy about what I got to talk about. This is ridiculous on a level that makes no goddamn sense. So last night, I had started seeing something about Blizzard Entertainment and how they had pulled a professional Hearthstone player. Not just pulled him, but punished him hard. And you'd think this guy had gone out and, murdered one of the Blizzard executives' kids or something? Which, probably that's hyperbole, but nonetheless. So what in the hell happened? I started figuring this out just this morning, and for what it's worth, there are some positive things I could talk about right now. Indivisible finally released after years. I'm about to 100% my file in Link's Awakening. I'm finally making it somewhere in Dicey Dungeons after having been walled. Do I get to talk about any of that? Do I get to have fun with any of that right now? No! Because Blizzard fucked up! So here's what they did. Effective immediately, this is breaking news from Rod Breslow on Twitter, Blizzard has removed Hong Kong Hearthstone player Blitzchung. Birds! Calm it. Has removed Hong Kong Hearthstone player Blitzchung from Hearthstone Grandmasters, rescinded all his prize money, and have suspended him from pro play for 1 year for his recent interview. What did this man say? Here's what he said. This is all he had to say. Liberate Hong Kong, revolution of our age. If you don't know, China is trying to pass a bill that would essentially further restrict Hong Kong's citizenry, basically allowing them to extradite members of their citizenship. And the fact of the matter is, they're basically going against basic human rights. Why? Because Chinese Communist Party. That's why. But here's the statement below. Or I guess not below, but here's the statement from Rod. Upon further review, we have found the action has violated the 2019 Hearthstone Grandmasters official competition rules, and Section 6.10, and is individual behavior which does not represent Blizzard or Hearthstone esports. Now, the section that he pulled up here, engaging in any act that, this is the important part here, that, in Blizzard's sole discretion, brings you into public disrepute, offends a portion or group of the public, or otherwise damages Blizzard image, and it will result in removal from Grandmasters and reduction of the player's prize total to $0, in addition to other remedies which may be provided for under the handbook in Blizzard's website terms. So, once again, I'd like to highlight that one part that I think is the most important part here. Engaging in any act that, in Blizzard's sole discretion. This was entirely on them. They could have taken any number of measures to try to keep things civil. Matter of fact, all they really had to do was say, hey, buddy, your political views are your own and we respect that, but maybe while you're acting in a professional manner under our flag, under our banner, try to keep politics out of it. This is a gaming stream after all. Did they do that? No, not at all. And why didn't they do that? Is there some political message here? Oh, obviously there's a political message. Birds, calm it. Is there a political message here that they're completely against? Was there some sort of dangerous thing being espoused? Some sort of horrible message being thrown out there? Not really. This is just him saying, hey, Hong Kong is in trouble. Liberate Hong Kong. I see nothing wrong with that. In an age, in an era, in a time like we're living in now, where We have people here in America, the Twitter nut jobs, who call for more censorship, who call for things to be banned and removed, who actively go against freedom of speech. This is one thing that I don't think many of us are actually against. Most of us, I'm sure, are perfectly fine with the idea of, hey, liberate Hong Kong. These people's human rights are being attacked. We should stand with Hong Kong. Famously, a member of the NBA, I believe the general manager of the Houston Rockets, said something along those lines and drew all sorts of ire from China. Guys, you really gotta do that right now while I'm trying to communicate an idea? So, this is not exactly what one would call anything different, but in this case, what it is Blizzard bending the knee to the Chinese government. And it's not about protection of terms or anything like that, because Blitzchung said nothing that would be considered controversial to anyone's ears. You know what Blizzard was protecting? Their Chinese money! That's what they were protecting. They're protecting their goddamn business interests. And I'm not sure if it's Blizzard specifically, but remember, this is Activision Blizzard, which means a lot of this is probably being driven by Bobby Kotick himself so that he can have another fucking yacht. Anyways, let's continue with this bullshit post. Grandmasters is the highest tier of Hearthstone esports, and we take tournament rule violations very seriously. Yeah, tournament rule violations. You mean like the ones that you made up at your sole discretion? Yeah, those rules. Sure. After an investigation, we are taking the necessary actions to prevent similar instances from happening in the future. You're taking necessary actions to prevent freedom of speech and call for actual freedom and human rights. Good job, Blizzard! Good job, you did it! Effective immediately, Blitzchung is removed from Grandmasters and will receive no prizing for Grandmasters Season 2. Because fuck him, essentially. Additionally, Blitzchung is ineligible to participate in Hearthstone esports for 12 months, beginning from October 5th, 2019, and extending to October 5th, 2020. We will also immediately cease working with both casters. In other words, the newscasters that were on Twitch at the time who were interviewing him, they're also getting axed. They're getting fucked over by this because we can't afford to insult China. We can't afford to have China's feelings hurt. We don't want to hurt Big Daddy China, not when he's giving us all this money. We can't afford to do that. What about the people who are getting fucked by this? What about the casters who had nothing to do with this? What about Blitzchung himself? All the man did was say, hey, human rights, liberate Hong Kong. What's wrong with that? Continuing. We'd like to re-emphasize tournament and player conduct within the Hearthstone esports community for both players and talent. While we stand by one's rights to express individual thoughts and opinions, bull fucking shit! If you stood by one's right to express individual thoughts and opinions, you wouldn't be axing this guy from your tournament for saying liberate Hong Kong. You wouldn't be bringing the axe down on the casters who had nothing to do with it, who were in fact kind of lowering their heads and hiding behind their desk because they weren't necessarily trying to get into a political discussion while interviewing this guy. No, you don't believe in expressing one's individual thoughts and opinions. You believe in earning more money, be damned to anyone and anything else. That's what you believe in. That's what you believe you have the right to. Players and other participants that elect to participate in our esports competitions must abide by the official competition, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, basically what it boils down to is, we love Chinese money, everything else be damned, fuck y'all. And just a giant fucking middle finger. To everyone. To everyone in Hong Kong. To everyone on Twitch. To everyone who cares about Hearthstone. About Blizzard. About the joy that Blizzard used to bring into our lives. And, you know, we had seen the signs of this at BlizzCon 2018 when they started talking about, you know, Diablo Immortal and how their big partners NetEase are helping them make the game. And, yeah, you guys care. You guys care about that money. You guys give no shits about anything else. You've become another arm of Activision. You've become another arm of fucking Bobby Kotick. That's what you guys are. Oh, and imagine this. They disabled comments on this news, and even though it's normally open, ooh, yeah. Let's see. Also, Rod. Blizzard has also fired both of the Hearthstone casters working the event, both of whom literally ducked underneath the desk during the interview, and neither of which, to my knowledge, had any idea what was going to be said. Very cool, Blizzard. Let's see, another tweet. Blizzard has also disabled comments on the news, which are normally open, and from scrolling back through hundreds of posts, this is the only time they've done that. Can't imagine why. Yeah, can't imagine. Can't imagine at all. So, I should apologize. I'm pretty sure Rod Breslow is nothing to do with Blizzard. Matter of fact, he seems to be at Slasher, the world's #1 esports consultant, insider, and competitive gaming leader. Okay, I'm not sure about that part, but he works with Slasher. It's an esports consultant. He has nothing to do with Blizzard, and he, in fact, is also condemning Blizzard, as I think anyone should. The idea that they're bringing Overwatch to the Switch, fuck it. The idea that, you know, I've been considering buying Diablo 3 to play on my Switch just because I've never played the game. You know what? Fuck it. Any future Blizzard endeavors, you know, Diablo 4, you know, Diablo China Money Edition, fuck it. None of that is happening now. I've never played Hearthstone and I never will. This is so ridiculous on so many levels. Ugh. So, this is where we're at right now. We're at a point in time where big American companies are backing up China just so that they can continue to make more money. Be damned to human rights. Be damned to actual harms being taken or being introduced to people who don't deserve it. Be damned to freedom of speech and expression. No. What's the most important thing? Chinese money. What the hell is happening to the world right now where vast sums of money are more important than human rights, than freedom of expression, consumer choice in the case of the Epic Games Store? It's so ridiculous on so many levels that this is where we're at right now. Now, one last thing that I want to prop up, and that is, of course, the thumbnail of the video. You see that plaque? That plaque says every voice matters. It's one of the 8 big core values that are written on plaques right outside of Blizzard's HQ. Now, 2 of those plaques were covered up by Blizzard employees internally, just because it's obvious that Blizzard doesn't stand by those core values anymore. Now, I'm going to quick look up what the other one was. Blizzard... Oh, no. I typed that wrong. Hold on. Blizzard... Where are they? Core... There you go. Blizzard core values. So these are their 8 core values. At least they were. We'll get back to that. Gameplay first. Sure, guys. Commit to quality. Yeah, whatever China says is quality. Play nice. Play fair. Give me more money. Embrace your inner geek, so long as they can monetize it. Every voice matters, except for yours and yours and yours and yours. Big Daddy China voices matter. Think globally. Yeah, think Chinese money. Lead responsibly to the road of Chinese money. Learn and grow your wallet. The two values that were covered up internally by Blizzard employees were every voice matters and think globally. Yeah, y'all aren't thinking globally. You clearly don't believe that every voice matters. You clearly do not understand the irony behind what's going on here. And the sad thing is, because of how lucrative the Chinese global market is, they're not going to feel any sort of pinch from this. So long as they're getting their billions from the Chinese players who have not been conditioned to fight back against aggressive, predatory monetization and loot boxes, they'll make their money back in spades. Blizzard doesn't care about the players and the core values that got them to where they are today. All they care about is making that bank. They don't care about you. They don't care about you. They don't want anything to do with you, and it ought to be real interesting to see what happens when BlizzCon opens on October 31st. I'm sure that'll be entertaining. Although I get the feeling that because of the huge backlash, they're going to cancel it. Although I really, really hope that by the time it gets there, people haven't just forgotten, and they just let this slip under the rug. Just because it's easier that way. It's easier to pretend that this story never happened. No, this is something that needs to be remembered. This is something that needs to be brought up anytime anything Blizzard ever happens. Hey guys, we have more information on Diablo 4. It's Diablo 4. It might as well be Diablo 4. We have more information on Diablo 4. Come check it out. Hopefully that comment section reads, what about Hong Kong? What about China? You're developing it with NetEase. Did Tencent give you some? This better not be forgotten because this is deplorable. This is terrible on so many levels. Now, I'm fortunate over here in America where, at least for the time being, we still have freedom of speech. And we can still call out things like this. The people in China, the people in Hong Kong, not so lucky. They don't have the freedom to do this because of China's Communist Party. We need to be the ones to speak out. We need to be the ones to hold Blizzard and Activision's feet to the fire on this. Because if we don't, if we let this just kind of slip under the rug, then all of the liberate Hong Kong nonsense that people are talking, and no, it's not nonsense, I apologize, I'm speaking in anger. All of the liberate Hong Kong sentiment that's going on right now will be lost. And that's exactly what Activision Blizzard wants. They want you to forget. They want you to let it slip under the rug and pass off like just water under the bridge. This ain't water under the bridge. This is something serious. People talk in America all the time about, oh, this is such a violation. You need to be more respectful. Well, see, what's happening over in Hong Kong right now? That is a real human rights violation. Not a violation to your snowflake sensibilities. This is a real problem with real consequences. This is the sort of thing we need to be talking about. And if y'all just let this slip, frankly, y'all are dead to me if you let this slide. This is not cool. Blizzard needs to be held responsible for this shit. They need to be shown that their love of Big Daddy China's wallet is not going to go unpunished. This is sad. This is sickening. This is ridiculous on so many levels, and they need to be called out. They need to have their feet held to the fire. So, any interest that I had in Blizzard and their products, gone. I'm not supporting them anymore. To be fair, I never supported Activision, so basically when Blizzard signed on with Activision, they were dead to me at that point. Now it's just even more cemented because those 8 core values that you say that you're so worried about, those 8 core values that you built your company around. Here, I'm just going to quick rewrite those for you. Here we go. There we go, rewrote that. Money, 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 money. That's your fucking core values. What do you think of that? Anyways, that's enough anger for right now. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. Blizzard, you done fucked up. Get yourselves on the right track, or hopefully this comes back to ruin you, which you ultimately fucking deserve. I don't want to see anyone lose their jobs, but maybe some of the executives at the top can start feeling some of this pinch. Maybe they can start feeling some of the actual problems that are going into their garbage philosophy right now. This is Dark Sage Walker, and I'll be seeing you. Blizzard, fuck you.